collective reading for the last decade of July, so 20th through to the 31st. My name is MJ. As a general read, it may apply to any area of your life, so take what resonates with you and apply to your specific situation, okay? Leave out the rest, it's not your message at this time. If you're interested in going back and checking out the July vibe or the first and the second decade of July, then the links should start popping out already in the upper right corner of the screen, okay? Today we are looking at the last decade of July. Crazy how time flies. We've just entered 2021 and we're already moving into August. But well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, right? So here we are. And you have seen my preparation time. I was pulling out the card to get myself into the vibe of the last decade of July, and the card that we got is the Muse of Materials, which is the King of Coins. What it is a business mindset person. It doesn't have to be a person, it can be an energy, it doesn't have to be a man. It's not gender specific, it's masculine energy, which is all about action, taking action, progressing, expanding, okay? The King of Coins is a business mindset, whether it is really a business person, an entrepreneur, or whether it is just our kind of business mindset towards our own life. It's all about grabbing opportunities, first of all, perceiving opportunities all around us, and then not being afraid to grab them and take advantage of them, okay? The King of Coins is not afraid to take risk, but it's a rather calculated risk. Because it's the king, this is a mature energy. Again, it doesn't have to be an older person or specifically an older man, but there's certain maturity. This is a reliable person, a provider, someone who takes care of others as well, or takes good care of themselves, creates tangible outcomes. So even if takes risks, that risk is calculated, is always calculated on some kind of a benefit, okay? So definitely that mindset of perceiving opportunities, I would say ahead of us, not only around us. With this particular card, you can see this Muse is walking through a bridge, so there's definitely that leaving July behind and moving through the bridge towards August, depending where you're based. I am based in the northern hemisphere, so it actually makes perfect sense with the color palette over there. It really makes me think of August, when the sun starts to get lower and the world is in a little different colors, right? So, and see, there's this abundance in this card, like those ladies in the flowery dresses, those apple trees behind them full of juicy big apples. So there's that vibe of crop or harvest time. So it makes perfect sense for middle of summer, okay? But again, it can apply regardless of where you are based. But there is that vibe of moving through the middle of summer towards, well, the month that will start carrying the vibe of summer ending. But we should perceive it as an opportunity for some reason. That's what I'm getting, that this move towards is an opportunity, and we should not be afraid, but have that business entrepreneur mindset, and even adventurous too, okay? It's like a kind of mature adventurousness, okay, if that makes sense. She's moving out from some kind of a forest, okay, so it may, for some, it may be moving out from some kind of an inner work time. This abundance or this crop, this harvest, may be a result of her inner work. But it doesn't have to be anything like spiritual related. It can be a business that you have been working on in hiding, okay? You have not been telling anyone. So it may be that kind of thing as well. That now you're ready to move public with this, okay? Move out from this hiding spot into the spotlight, if that makes sense, okay? So let's see what additional tarot cards we will get. But I really like this vibe, and there is that progression towards an opportunity, okay? So let's put this to the side and we will continue with the same deck. The Muse Tarot, thank you. That was quick. Okay, we got two cards. We have the Queen of Voices at the bottom of the deck. So first of all, we have this King vibe over here, and we have the Queen. There is some kind of maturity going on, happening. This movement may still be the process of some kind of maturing for some, okay? This is maturity on mental level, this is clarity, this is a truth speaker, someone who communicates well, but sees through deception and is not taking bullshit, is not taking lies, okay? So that person sees clearly and have a clear vision, perhaps a clear vision of where they are moving towards, okay? So that can be for some. And again, as I said, this is the masculine energy, so it's about action and progress. But at the same time, we have that feminine energy in the mind space, so it's some kind of gentleness in the mind space. Perhaps because we have that clarity, we know where we are going, so we do that in a gentle way. We're not rushing, we're not running towards that new, because we have some kind of clarity, truth, or peace of mind, okay? Will be different for everyone, as always. The Nine of Inspiration, again, a very fiery and warm vibe, so makes perfect sense again with that middle of summer, okay? And then we have the Awakening. Nice. Okay, so the Nine of Inspiration, or the Nine of Wands, traditionally is the card of, to me it's primarily the card of this last push, the last step that is needed. Well, she's very close to the ending of that bridge. Well, she will enter this new opening, she will get out of that forest, whatever the forest is for you, right? So it's like the finish line, she sees the finish line. The Nine of Wands can be a card of reminding us not to give up, because we're so close to something. And we had the Nine of Wands, I don't remember. Was it in the July reading, or was it at the end of June? But there was a vibe of don't give up, you're so close. And this, I think, is exactly for those who didn't give up. And we already know that we are close. No, because traditionally the Nine of Wands is don't give up, you're so close, you may not see the finish line yet, but don't give up because it's just around the corner. Here, we already know it's there. So we know the last push or the last step is needed, but we already see where are we heading with this, okay? So it's like we moved around the corner, we now see where we're going. So a couple last steps are still ahead of us, but we're no longer discouraged. Now we move, well, with the peace of mind, because finally we know what we're moving towards. So even though we are still not there yet, it's a lot easier to progress, right? Okay, right under the Queen of Voices, there's the Muse of Voices at the bottom of the deck, so that's the King of Voices. There may be a couple vibe, right? Because we have the Queen and the King, or it can be just balance between someone's masculine and feminine side in the mind space, okay? So gentleness, seeing through lies, deception, bullshit, as I said, having clear vision, and that mindset of being a strategist, planning. So it's another king in addition to the King of Coins, okay? It may be very specific for someone, but there is this last push, we're walking towards something new, and we know towards what we're coming to, because there's this awakening. It can be a realization, right? The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, they have that clarity, they have that truth, they know what is it that they're walking towards, because there is this awakening, a realization, an aha moment, okay? Traditionally, the awakening card, or the Judgment, is a wake-up call. it's coming back to life. It can be about, you know, facing our past, making peace with it, taking responsibility for our past actions, intentions, so that we can move towards the World card, which is the last card of the Major Arcana, and is that huge completion of a cycle, so we can move towards a new opening and start afresh. So it makes perfect sense. There's clarity within the mind space, on both masculine and feminine side. So there's great balance in the mind space. Haven't we all been looking for this for such a long time? And that balance, perhaps because they're feminine and masculine energies, okay, it doesn't have to be a couple. They come together, we come to that balance in the mind. We can achieve that ultimate clarity, which is that awakening. So now we know what we are moving towards, and even though we're still moving, we already see the finish line, or we see that new on the horizon. Will be different for everyone, as I always say. Okay. The second decade of July was about finally completing the cycles of returning to negative thinking patterns. We had the Ten of Swords. So whoever took that lesson and really put their effort towards closing that cycle of returning to negative thinking and turned it into perceiving opportunities, so they shifted their mindset. They did achieve that balance in the mindset that led to ultimate realization of whatever kind and whatever applies to your specific situation. Okay? And now we are still very close so far to this something, but we already see it on the horizon. So it makes, we're adventurous, we're enthusiastic, we're thrilled, because we are moving towards something we really wanted, and even though we can still not grab it, we're very excited about it. So we're walking with confidence, right? I'll leave it there, because I think I started to just repeat myself, but I really like this. I really do. And I hope you liked it too. If you want to leave a comment and tell me if that resonated with you, that would be awesome. As always, I hope to see you next time, and please do take care of yourself until then. Bye.